welcome to this hour's news. This is Suleiman Talash. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs welcomed the removal of the name of Islamic Emirate from the list of banned countries of Kyrgyzstan. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, this step reveals the political recognition of the Islamic Emirate at the regional global levels. The Kyrgyz government has recently removed the name of Islamic Emirate from the country's banned list. Mullah Hidayatullah Badri, Minister of Mines and Petroleum, met with Turkish Ambassador Cenk Anıl and his delegation to discuss various issues. During the meeting, the Turkish ambassador welcomed the 3-year achievements of the Islamic Emirate in various sectors, especially in ensuring security, and added that Turkey wants to cooperate with the people of Afghanistan in various sectors. Mr. Anıl also said that Turkish businessmen want to invest in Afghanistan's mines. Meanwhile, the Minister of Mines and Petroleum welcomed all national and international investors who want to invest in Afghanistan's mining sector, adding that Turkish investors can also invest in Afghanistan's oil and gas sector. The Islamic Emirate welcomes the statements of the head of Uzbekistan's intelligence that the country is cooperating with Afghanistan in the fight against terrorism and says that Daesh has been suppressed in Afghanistan. On the other hand, experts say that intelligence exchange is important in the fight against terrorism. More details in report.
The General Meeting of Shanghai Cooperation Organization was held in Tashkent, Uzbekistan on Wednesday. At the meeting, Abdul Salam Azizov, Uzbek intelligence chief, emphasized the importance of Uzbek cooperation with Afghanistan in the fight against the terrorism.
The Afghan government is fighting international terrorism within the framework of capabilities. Afghan forces are at the forefront of the fight against Daesh and have achieved clear results. Therefore, we should not leave our Afghan partners alone in this regard. We must defeat the enemy together.
The Islamic Emirate welcomes Uzbekistan's position and emphasizes the separation of Daesh in Afghanistan.
Daesh in Afghanistan is destroyed and it has no power. Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan believes in bilateral relations and cooperation with the countries of the region and the world in various fields and wants to develop these relations.
Meanwhile, some experts consider the country's cooperation in the fight against terrorism is in the exchange of information.
Countries in the region and beyond, including Uzbekistan, should discuss intelligence exchange if they want to cooperate in these areas. And on behalf of the cooperation is inevitable and necessary. It should be done in honesty, not in words.
They're
trying to make friendship with Kabul, even to have a joint and determined fight against Daesh and other destructive groups. But one thing should not be forgotten, that countries should join hands to recognize the Islamic Emirate.
The meeting of Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the Commonwealth of Independent States was held in Tashkent to strengthen cooperation.
Maulavi Atiqullah Azizi, Deputy Minister of Information and Culture, met with the Charge d'Affaires of the Chinese Embassy and discussed the visit of a professional delegation from the Chinese Archaeological Department to Afghanistan. During the meeting, the Charge d'Affaires of the Chinese Embassy said the purpose of the visit of Chinese archaeological delegation was to preserve and strengthen historical monuments such as Ms. Ainak National Museum and historical monuments. Meanwhile, Mr. Azizi appreciated the visit of the Chinese archaeologists to country and added that the archaeologists of the Ministry of Information and Culture will achieve significant achievements in the field of research and evaluation of historical monuments. Qari Muhammad Yunus Rashid, Deputy of Youth Affairs of the Ministry of Information and Culture, visited Daikundi in order to listen to the problems, suggestions, and demands of the youth in the province. Mr. Rashid assured to solve their problems in a meeting with the youths and said that he will create freelancing courses for them very soon. He added that the development of every country depends on its independence and said, Now, when the country has achieved complete independence, it is the duty of the youth to protect this independence. Meanwhile, the youth of the province said that in the past 3 years, the Islamic Emirate has paid special attention to them, and they have been provided with education in various fields. The second meeting of the technical committee was held under the chairmanship of the Deputy Director of the Policy and Strategy Department of the General Directorate of Affairs in order to implement the order of Amir al-Mu'minin Hafazahullah regarding the installation of technical equipment of ministries and institutions. Abdul Wali Sharafzai, Deputy Director of Policy and Strategy of the Department of Public Affairs, said that the purpose of this meeting is to create a comprehensive plan for collecting and determining the size of departments, equipment, and vehicles based on different categories. It is worth mentioning that in this meeting, the members of the technical committee presented a report of the data of the equipment and vehicles according to the category of active and inactive, constructible and damaged items. The Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation announced the signing of the TAD document between Afghanistan and Pakistan, saying that the signing of the document has provided more facilities for the movement of Afghan and Pakistani trucks. However, the Chamber of Commerce and Investment considers the signing of this document to be useful in transferring the assets of Afghanistan businessmen to Pakistan, but wants a permanent and fundamental solution to this problem by the officials of the Islamic Emirate. More details in report.
The Ministry of Transport says that with the signing of a document, 600 Afghan cargo vehicles and 250 Pakistani lorries have been allowed to transport goods to Pakistan and Afghanistan for 6 months.
By having this document, our drivers and cleaners can travel to Pakistan as much as they want to for 6 months. With their truck, of course, they can transfer to all cities of Pakistan and can also import back.
However, the Afghanistan Chamber of Commerce and Investments believes that having this document will be effective for Afghan cargo vehicles to Pakistan in short term, but wants a permanent solution to this problem.
In the short term, this can be effective, but until we can reach an agreement like the previous APTA, the new agreement between Afghanistan and Pakistan, and the two countries be able to reach a high-level and long-term agreement with each other.
Pakistan has closed the Torkham gate and we are using the alternative routes of Ghulam Khan and Boldak, which is a time-consuming route for our exports, and we cannot have access to more vehicles, and we still need more than 6,000 vehicles for our exports.
The document is signed by Pakistan at a time when Pakistan has been closing highways and ports to Afghan traders under various pretexts, causing millions of dollars in losses annually.
Head of Mothers and Disabled Affairs in Faryab province met with the head of Norwegian Committee for Afghanistan. Mullah Muhammad Nader Khaled, head of the Mothers and Disabled Affairs of Faryab province, met with the Director General of the Norwegian Committee for Afghanistan. In this meeting, Mr. Khaled called for solving the problems of the disabled people, providing education, employment for orphans, and also transferring the disabled abroad for treatment. At the same time, the head of the Norwegian Committee assured that he would cooperate in solving the problems of orphans, widows, and the disabled. That's all for tonight. Thank you so much for watching.